Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Sea. Last episode, we paid some visits to, well, many places, well, a few places. Most importantly, to Anthe and the Ragged Crow. And between episodes, I confirmed that I hadn't locked ourselves out of the possibility of getting our hands on Lorenzo, because there is no possibility of getting Lorenzo to join the Seven again. Well, he's dying anyway, so I didn't really think there would be, but it's good to know that I didn't screw myself over by grabbing the intelligence from... what's her name? Miriam. Terrible with the names, do apologize. Anyway, we also visited with Rosina briefly, and I've got a few options to help her. Question mark. And if we can help her, we should. It's our responsibility. Some might say. I wouldn't, but some might. Besides, I'd rather have the original Seven as much as possible. We will be looking at Issery, though. No, just get us our port report, thank you. I could entertain their terrified speculations, but that seems expensive. At least in terms of stories. And I got a powerful need for stories. Speaking of which, we're about to finish one right now. The Irrepressible Cannoneer's quest for the Memento Mori. I believe this is the last step. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Dearie me, and it would have been nice if our terror was down a bit more, but, oh well. It's fine. Eyes on the deck. Don't even look at the stars. Don't care. Well, not really the stars, the false stars, but you understand. You understand what I mean, yes, possibly. I don't know, do I want to hit this little triangle? Yeah, I do. I wish to maximize the profit from this trip. But no, I haven't even told you what our plan is. Like I said last episode, the plan is more or less to go through Station 3, pick up the Memento Mori, Pigmont Isle, just cause who knows what I might need to do there, and then sort of ping our way across the southwestern corner over here. Until eventually we get to recruiting our financier in the form of... God, I don't even remember what her name was. Fierce Philanthropist. There we are. That's the problem, she doesn't really have a name, properly speaking. Also, I need to build up a spy network on the Cornelian coast. Still, matter for the future. Compile our port reports. Ignore them, because I don't really want to use up my something awaits you quality quite yet, or at least not over at Abbey Rock. Just want my report and to burn some extra fuel just to speed things along. Because we have a lot of things we want to attend to. Might not necessarily get them all done in one episode, but we'll see. We will try. Oh. This is... Well... Rest of the Z, the bearded watchman scoffs. Here's where you need to be. We don't talk about the rest of the Z, but a sniveling caitiff draws you aside. I got something for you, he promises. I'll need some of that good stuff from London. A lot of that good stuff. Visage. None of them shows their faces, that's because half of them are snuffers. Know what a snuffer is? The other half don't know. Anyhow, the Visagers take snuffer faces and make masks of their own. They can be anyone. I could be one. You could be one. Yeah, I'm vaguely aware of the snuffers. Never really bothered with them. Didn't I have a job to go to the Cornelian coast and actually deal with a snuffer? Or was that on a previous captain? I'm not sure. It's something we'll have to worry about in the future, not now, though. Besides which, I need a better network of spies anyway to get our hands on the snuffer, as I recall. As I recall, that devilishly... Well, actually, it was a rather simple quest, but... Well, he says. Station 3. Come, I want my weapon. Excuse me, what? Oh, okay, yes, that was the... Son of a bitch! Well, I'm slightly annoyed now. Have to wait till our something awaits you quality is restored again. Oh well, Pigmodile, and possibly I'll just make a return trip and be done with it. Lick a monkey. Ah, you could be useful for a hunting trophy. Hello. I wish to make you into something useful. Oh, don't look at me like that. You knew this sort of thing would be happening to you eventually. Bah, humbug. Balderdash, etc. That thing briefly turned into something else. Not a fan. Uses meat, I suppose. Yeah. Why is the new total 2? I didn't see where I lost all those supplies. Choice cuts. I had 7 just a moment ago. When did I lose 5 supplies? I sincerely don't remember doing that. Huh. I mean, I do have more crew now, so... More crew means more hunger, which causes us to burn through supplies quicker, but... Didn't think it was quite that quick. Should dissect it for knowledge, for reasons. Yeah, I got my hunting trophy. And I even got another one. Well, its blood glows, and it's all terribly gooey. Fascinating. Is it now? Is it? Well, good news, I just need 89 more to get myself a secret for Bartuk, but that's probably not going to happen in the near future. I don't see why we burned through 5... You know what? I'll probably see it when I actually review the footage. Unimportant at the moment. I should not have hit F. But I did. Oh well. First things first, compile our port report. And then you have a dilemma. The aid runs over. Hairless Advisor, you return to us. Praise the tide, we need your wisdom once again. The aid takes you deep into the chicken woods. A terrible state of affairs, Hairless Advisor. Our young pups turn from our traditions to new and foreign ways. He shudders as he points at something in the middle of the clearing. A crudely made jackal mask sits in a circle of sticks, a bead of skintalak carefully placed in each eye. There are stranger customs in the Neath. Although... I mean... Tolerance is important. Oh dear. A little more might would have been useful, but... Patience, the aide examines the mask. He takes an experimental bite, then shivers. As you say, Hairless Advisor, we will turn a blind eye for now, though I fear for our future. How can our pups hope to defend our shores if their hearts lie away from our culture? A fair point. Still, spirit is useful. And we do have to strengthen them soon. In a very big way. Ah well. All is well for now. Let's go... How do I want to do this? Do I want to just... You know what? I got an idea. We're going to go Isle of Cats, Port Carnelian. Then, on the return trip, we'll go to Visage, Station 3, and possibly Rack and Rosegate as well. Just because that allows me to build on my Something Awaits You quality, get some interesting things done today. And hello. And then next episode, we can get our hands on the Memento Mori, possibly. At the very least, it is a plan. And it's something I'm going to be going for. Loon Scuttlet. What do we got? Prisoner's Honey. Not terribly useful. Ah, dearie dear me. Ah, well. You know, directly south, just because, well... Oh? You're the thing I keep passing by, aren't you? Yeah, the thing that's clearly a ruin of some kind. Let me dive real quick, because I feel like I've seen this a dozen times, and I just keep not finding anything here. And it's like, this is clearly a thing! Don't tell me that this is nothing. Bah. They have a temple and somehow it's nothing. Doesn't show up on the map or anything. God, I don't know what it is. Oh well. Let's speed on our way. Because we do need supplies kind of desperately. Isle of Cats. They're closer. Yes, I'm aware of engines possibly exploding. It's fine. No. You guys should be fine for the trip. Should be. Hopefully will be. We'll find out in a moment. Just burn a few more barrels of fuel. And let's get into the Isle of Cats. I'm aware. Everyone's hungry, but you can't let discipline slip. There are fewer rats around the ship lately. Perhaps it's because your hold is empty of supplies. Perhaps it's because your crew is turning to alternate sources of nutrition. Well, your orders are explicit. One cheeky soul asks if vermin includes sorrow spiders. He won't ask twice. Don't worry, little ones. You'll have food soon enough. Hi, whoop. Did not mean to press that multiple times. Anyway, smuggler's reward. Don't keep me waiting. Isri pouts prettily and rustles their silks. You have a little present for me. You hand over the alarming scholar's notes. Isri snatches the notes from your hands and starts flicking through the pages. I'll have a reward sent to your ship. They look up and smile at you vaguely, eyes glazed as a honey seeker's. Oh my dear, what a treasure you are. You summon an answering smile and slip away the moment they are distracted. Useful. Sapphires. Potentially useful anyway. The mushroom wine is much appreciated, though. Oh. Experiment in red honey, you say? Well, first things first, let's deal with the supply situation. Not ideal, but it'll do. Probably should have sold that. Oh well. Experiment in red honey, you say, though? The next time you are summoned to see your patron, it is not in their offices at the Honeyed Tongue. Instead, you find yourself in a well-lit laboratory of book-lined walls and delicate equipment. Isri does not pause in their task of pouring red honey into a cucurbit flask. It's possible to encourage a lamplighter beast to seek out one kind of memory over another, they announce, without any preamble. It's all about what you expose the bee to once it has drunk the maddening nectar of the crimson roses. But it's an uncertain process, full of guesswork. The alarming scholar and I have been trying to apply the scientific method, you could say. They look fond for a moment, soft. I require you to perform a little experiment for me. Shouldn't take long. Oh? A passion for science. I'll send a mellifluous sister with you. Just expose the bees to intense emotion. Pick one and don't get too fancy. Isri packs you off to the Honeyed Tongue, reasoning that emotions are bound to run high in its silk-clad rooms. The mellifluous sister follows behind you, holding a crazed lamplighter bee in a filigreed cage. She mutters susurrating prayers under her breath. Oh? Sacrifice a member of your crew? Potential. Start a bar fight? Perhaps not. Oh, dear. Well, the courtesans at the Honeyed Tongue are warm and accommodating, if you have the coin. And I do. Otherwise, sacrifice a member of our crew, and I don't want to do that. And I'm not a violent person by nature, so we must. It's not easy to create an amorous mood between a nectar-maddened bee and a chanting mellifluous sister. Luckily, the courtesan you selected takes the situation as something of a professional challenge. You emerge from the encounter a few hours later, smiling and thoroughly rumpled. The mellifluous sister collects the cage and gives you a small nod. Your duty is, as it were, discharged. Well then. And we haven't even gotten our report yet. Ah dear, royal prerogatives. I've been singing your praises to Leopold. Isri's eyes warm at the name. You could almost envy the Pirate King. Almost. I would like to introduce you to him. Yes, I think it's time. They make a mime of thoughtfulness, though each word they say is carefully measured. But when one meets a king, one needs exactly the right sort of gift. It's only polite. And I know something awaits you, so I can't actually do that. Oh well. Well. Compile a port report, first of all. First things first. Need to make my money on this trip. And then invite Isri to join the 7 against Nida. Given Lorenzo's misfortune, you find yourselves in need of a new guide. You broach the subject with delicacy. There's a light in Isri's eyes you would not describe as reassuring. Isri is somewhat acquainted with the Nida and the 7 from the memories of the well-travelled notary. You fill in the gaps, but leave enough unsaid to entice. Isri considers your offer carefully. I'm intrigued, of course, and flattered. Who would not be? But the stakes are high, and the prey inconceivably dangerous. I'm selective in my alliances, Captain. They lean back, considering you. Here Isri's proposal. If I am to hitch my fortunes to you, I need to know with utter surety who I am dealing with. A mellifluous sister approaches. She carries a single lamplighter bee in a filigree cage. Ah. Perhaps not just yet. If I get the key to the cage gardens, it makes things much simpler and much less dangerous. Although, I am curious. Allow me to taste your memories, Isri says. I've been conducting experiments in selective harvesting. We'll use a single specially bred bee. Once I have tasted your memories, we will kill it. A decision which I would like to establish represents a notable loss of investment on my part. That will ensure your remaining memories are safe. I respect you too much to lie to you. The process will be blisteringly unpleasant, but it shouldn't be fatal as long as you are resilient. Permit this Picard the memory of your books and your education. Ah! I lose some of every skill. Well, perhaps not. The mellifluous sister unlatches a tiny hatch in the cage. She places the openings against your right eye. The bee hums its wings, takes the air. It's too close for your eye to focus on it. Just a bobbing, buzzing shape. Isri leans eagerly forward. So, Isri says, if you change your mind in the future, my terms will stand. You take your leave. Yes, well, that's something for the future, not today. Thank you very much. And of course this means I have another thing I have to use up that something awaits you quality on, which really sucks. Oh? At roll call, there's one face too few, and you don't like the uneasy hush that descends. Your crew are on the brink of starvation. Has one committed the primal crime of cannibalism? Investigate. There's a spirit or god in the neath whose name is not spoken. He is worshipped with candles and with a frenzied consumption of flesh. Has someone here turned to that worship? A cannibal among us. You find the culprit in a cubbyhole in the aft hold, concealed by a blanket. There are corpse candles, crude images, and a pot of appalling soup. A human shin bone has been half carved into a flute. A reckoning, the cannibal cackles as he's dragged off to the brig. A reckoning is not to be postponed. You hold a hasty ship court and sentence him to the only conceivable penalty, binding and drowning. He's still laughing as the sea pours into his mouth. Delightful. Yes. Mr. Eaton. Ah, dear, he does cause all sorts of trouble. Oh no, I did discover it already. Pity. Was hoping to get my last secret. Would have been useful. Would have been nice. Isn't. Wasn't. Oh well. Port Carnelian. We have business here. Much business. Fun business. Port Carnelian. Oh? Well, Refer a patient to the Clatterier. There's a lady at Murgatroyd's who dresses in tiger pelts and shows her teeth to customers. Unacceptable. The lady insists that she belongs in the jungle. The tigers disagree. There are questions about where her pelts came from and how the former owners died. The Clatterier offers her a consultation. Afterward, the patient has a curious crescent scar on her forehead, roughly the shape of a claw. But I can wear a hat, it's no matter. She buries the pelts with honors and buys you a ticket for the next ship back to London. Rather, she buys a ticket for herself on the next ship back to London. A fine choice. We'll talk to a tiger briefly. The Carnelian Coast's padding natives are eloquent, placid, and acerbic, most of the time. The Blue Bazaar is Port Carnelian's great indoor market, arched, lofty, plush with patterned carpets where the vendors display their wares, most of all awash with gossip. The tiger chats about the banded prince, their supposed monarch, and his place deep in the jungle. You lever the conversation onto the state of his people. He has no complaints, he says, not even about the recent reinstatement of the travel restriction on natives, nor the report of a tiger killed at the jungle's edge. His tail flicks. Yes, well. I think our Veils is... well, I don't even have the equipment necessary to upgrade it, so it'll have to be good enough. The place is thick with spies. Who would notice another? Excellent. Success. Your agent vanishes into the Carnelian crowds. Within the week, they will have found lodgings, friends, rivals, and victims. What do you need, my dears? Oh. In elucidation, an asset, once forthcoming, has grown reticent. A cautionary tale. You tell the asset, who perspires appropriately, of the bloody rites conducted in Storm's temple at Shelenate, how they are always looking for celebrants, willing or otherwise. The requirements are meager, bones to break, a voice to scream. Your asset is eager to change the subject. Here come the secrets they owe you, gushing like spray from a cracked drain pipe. Anything else? Oh, another one? Sure. I have plenty of tales of terror. And... oh. Echoes it will be. Oh. A pity. Anything else? Oh, just another diplomatic agent. Well, that's fine enough. I'm curious, though, what influence can we have on affairs in Port Carnelian? Show up the governor's rule. Khanate agents or an alliance of tigers? Ah, yes, the three sides here. Probably go for the governor's rule. I do love London, but that's a matter for the future. Recruit her to the Seven. Will she assume her husband's role as the Cabal's financier? Perhaps a donation to her charitable work would steer the conversation where you need it to go. Yes, unfortunately, we don't have any soup. Still, 5 soup, 5 bales of parabola linen. It can be done. Not inexpensively, but it can be done. Anything else? No, I think that'll be all for now. The question becomes what to do indeed. I suspect even if I go to Visage, because I don't have the something awaits you quality anymore, I'm gonna get nothing out of it. I could waste time going Grand Geode, Iron Republic, then Visage, just to get into Visage and do what we need to do there. But then it's gonna take longer for me to get the Memento Mori. So I don't know. I'm uncertain. Still, all the planning can be done later. For now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly. And I shall see you all soon. Bye-bye.